question. I mean, there was 7 different allegations of match fixing, and there were quite strong arguments that you put forward at the time.
No, I had no lawyer to represent me, and I believe that if I had a lawyer in there, then there'd be a different outcome completely. So, dirty pictures being painted, and the exclusive in the paper for the truth and facts that I've been through in the last 11 months.
Most people think snooker is a quiet, polite sport. Players wear suits, the crowd stays silent, and everything seems calm and professional. But behind the scenes, there's a whole world the sport really doesn't want you talking about. Let's break down 10 secrets the snooker world really hoped you'd never find out. Starting with number 1, we have the yips that end careers. The yips might sound like a small problem, but they've caused big trouble for some players. It's a condition where a player suddenly loses control over their arm or hand while taking a shot.
If you've got all the tension on your shoulder and your arm here, it's so hard to be loose, and what happens is that you end up hitting the ball too hard, you're not going through the white ball, you're like stabbing at the white ball, you end up jumping up because of all the tension there.
This can turn even the easiest pot into a total disaster. Stephen Hendry, one of snooker's all-time greats, faced this issue in the latter part of his career. He went from winning world titles to struggling with shots that used to be simple. In interviews, Hendry admitted that the yips were a big reason he decided to retire. Once it hits, it's hard to come back. And sadly, some players never recover from it.
You said you'll miss it. You said your last match. Is this it then? Are you announcing your retirement?
Yeah, I'm officially retired now from tournament snooker. That's I made the decision about 3 months ago, and I didn't tell many people. I've only told 2 or 3 people, but this is me finished from tournament snooker.
Next, at number 2, we have financial problems on the Pro Tour. Being a professional snooker player doesn't always mean big money. In fact, for many players ranked outside the top spots, staying on tour can be a real challenge. Travel costs, entry fees, and hotel bills quickly add up. And if you lose early in a tournament, you might go home with almost nothing. Some events also struggle to find sponsors, and when TV coverage is limited, prize money takes a hit too. This leaves a lot of players with tough choices. Either stick it out and hope for a big break, or step away and find another job.
It's hard, brutal, single-player sport, where if you win and do well, the rewards are there. And if you lose first match, you better go and do a bit more work and practice, because it's brutal.
For every millionaire champion, there are dozens of players just trying to pay the bills. Moving on to number 3, we have match fixing and betting scandals. Snooker is known for its discipline and fairness, but it hasn't been completely free from controversy. Over the years, a few players have been caught in match fixing and illegal betting cases. Sometimes it's about throwing a match, other times it's about missing certain shots on purpose to influence betting outcomes. One of the biggest examples was Stephen Lee, a top-ranked player in the early 2000s. In 2013, he was found guilty of fixing 7 matches and was banned for 12 years. That ban pretty much ended his career. Another case was Liang Wenbo, who was suspended in a major investigation involving multiple Chinese players.
Liang Wenbo was going to be provisionally suspended due to alleged misconduct. Since then, last year, 7 players were added to that suspension list, including the 2021 Masters champion Yan Bingtao.
He was found guilty of fixing matches and encouraging others to do the same. Authorities have taken these cases seriously. Players involved have received long bans and heavy fines. The sport is still mostly clean, but these incidents have left a stain that fans and officials haven't forgotten. Sliding into number 4, we have the Crucible Controversy. For snooker fans, the Crucible Theatre is basically holy ground. It's where legends are made, hearts are broken, and where someone in the crowd always coughs at the worst possible moment. But as iconic as it is, not everyone's happy. Some people say the Crucible is getting too old and too small. They argue that the World Championship deserves a bigger venue, maybe even a flashier one. There's been talk about moving it to places like Saudi Arabia or China, which has sparked fierce debate. Traditionalists want it to stay in Sheffield forever. Others say the sport needs to grow and modernise. So far, the Crucible is still standing strong, but the argument definitely isn't over. Following up at number 5, we have the snooker television relationship. Snooker and TV go way back, like tea and biscuits. It was TV coverage in the 80s that turned the game into a national obsession in the UK. But lately, it's become a bit of a love-hate thing. Broadcasters often decide which matches get shown and when, which means some lesser-known players barely get any screen time. Sponsors also play a big role in shaping the schedule and coverage. And then there's the timing. Some matches go on so late, it's more of a night shift than a sporting event. TV has definitely helped snooker grow, but it also means the sport has to play by someone else's rules. And occasionally that leads to awkward camera angles or commentators who sound like they just woke up. Next, at number 6, we have the rise of AI in snooker. Yes, even snooker isn't safe from robots. AI has been used to analyze shots, study player patterns, and even create virtual training tools. On the bright side, it can help players improve their game and give fans cool stats, but not everyone is comfortable with it. Some worry that AI might go too far, like assisting players during matches or being used unfairly in betting. It raises questions about what's fair and what's not. Because if one day a computer starts giving shot suggestions mid-frame, we might as well hand the trophy to the computer. Landing at number 7, we have the impact of social media. Social media has changed everything, even for a quiet sport like snooker. Now players can share their thoughts, post selfies with trophies, or show off their pets between matches. Fans can follow their favourites and feel more connected than ever. But of course, it's not all fun and filters. Some players face online abuse after bad performances. Others deal with fake news, edited clips, and way too many keyboard warriors who think they could have made that century break from the couch. Social media has opened the doors, but it's also let in some chaos. So while it brings players and fans closer, it also means players have come to grow a thick skin and maybe turn off the comments. Moving on to number 8, we've got the future of snooker. Snooker has always been known for its calm pace and quiet drama, but in today's world, that's not always a selling point. The sport has been trying to figure out how to stay fresh and attract new fans, especially younger ones who might not sit still for a full match. There's talk of adjusting the rules, introducing new technology, and even speeding up the game a bit. The aim is to keep what makes snooker great, while giving it a little makeover. Nothing too drastic, but just enough to keep people from hitting skip when the match starts. Coming in at number 9, we have the influence of snooker's top players. When players like Ronnie O'Sullivan and Stephen Hendry dominated the game for so long, it's hard to ignore their influence. But as impressive as it is, this long-standing dominance can sometimes make the sport feel a bit stuck. After all, if the same players keep winning everything, it can make new talent feel like they're not getting a fair shot. While these legends have done wonders for the sport, some argue that it's time for a change to give fresh faces a chance to rise. And finally, at number 10, we step into cultural controversy. Snooker has always been known for its distinct identity: quiet crowds, players in sharp suits, and the soft sound of polite applause. But recently, some fans are starting to worry that the game's soul is being lost among all the sponsorships and flashy new events. The concern is that snooker is becoming too commercialized. With branded events and corporate logos everywhere, it's beginning to feel less like a timeless game of skill and more like a marketing campaign. For some, that's a real worry. After all, the old-school charm that made snooker special is being overshadowed by the business side of things. Yes, snooker needs to grow, but not at the cost of what made it special in the first place. No one wants to see a snooker table covered in logos like a race car. The game should stay true to its roots while still finding a way to move forward. And that's a wrap on some of the secrets the snooker world tried to bury. But here's a question for you. Which snooker controversy had you shaking your head the most? Let us know your thoughts.